Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another creative burst. Hi, I'm Lenny Marie, and I am so excited that you have taken a moment to honor your creativity by stepping into your artistic spirit for just 10-15 minutes today while we go over some really fun and easy techniques that are just a joy to experience. There's nothing complicated. You're gonna have fun, you're gonna learn something new, and you'll end up with a really pretty result by just engaging in some simple color mixing, some lovely mark making, and what could be better than that? All right, so I'm gonna get started by first telling you that we're going to use just red, yellow, and blue in our palette today. I'll go over the supplies with you. Use whatever you have. Don't fret. If you don't have exactly what I have, use what you've got, and let's get started. All right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the paints that I'm going to use. These are gouache, and I have a blue, a red, and a yellow. Gouache is just a little more intensely pigmented watercolor. These are Winsor & Newton designer gouache that I'm using today. If you have regular watercolor, that's gonna be just fine. If you have a palette, if you have tubes, just squeeze out some red, yellow, blue on a plate or a palette that you've got. As you can see, I've been using this a lot. It looks like a train wreck, but hey, it works. And messes make the magic. That's how I'm rolling. So let's go ahead and show you a couple different brushes now that I've introduced the paints that we're going to use. This is Princeton. It's a round heritage. The size is 6, and it is wonderful for all kinds of beautiful mark making because you can get some wider surface areas covered with this brush, as well as getting it to a fine point for some lovely details. This is another beautiful round brush that I actually just started using. It's from Paulina Bright. It's a round brush as well. It's a 0, and same kind of advantages really. It holds a lot of water. It does nice broader strokes, but it has this lovely ability to come to a finer point for detail. So I like it so far quite a bit. Today I'm going to go ahead and use the Princeton, and I'm going to demonstrate to you fun with fruits and veggies. Got already completed some lemons and some strawberries. I'll do a demo on the strawberries for you. Now, when we're doing this, I just want you to think basic shapes, okay? Don't get all involved in hyper detail or realism. Think just basic shapes. So you can use, if you have a bowl of strawberries, it is strawberry picking time, it's June, and maybe you've got some handy, you could use those as a reference, or you could pull up a photo, and that's always a nice way to kind of guide you. But I'm going to begin with just dipping into some red, and I'm gonna make some kind of ovally soft shapes in the red with my brush. And place another one here, maybe add a little more water, make this one just a tad lighter. It's basically just a very soft blob and nothing more than that. So I'm gonna go with these two, and we'll add some, let's do a stem. So I will go ahead and using the red and the blue, I'm gonna make kind of a brown. And I might throw a little bit of my yellow in. So this is color mixing, just using the 3 primaries, okay? So I've gotten a nice little brown for the stem. All right, and I'm gonna make a gentle curvy line coming in between these guys. And connecting them to the vine or the stem. Okay, sorry, got a little allergy today. Coughing and losing my voice. All right, so there you go. Nice flowy little stem right through there. And gonna layer a little bit of green onto that brown for dimensions. So I'm gonna come back in here where I have some yellow and blue that I mixed previously to get a nice earthy green. I'm just gonna work back over the brown and basically keep that brush moving. I'm not staying in one place very long. Okay, so we've layered some color there. We did that brown and then a little bit of this green, and I'm gonna let that flow into our berries. And you'll see we got a little bloom at the top because the wetness from the berries that we painted at the start has allowed this to just sort of flow and make a lovely little bloom. So fun effect there. That's wet on wet technique. Now I'm gonna focus on our leaves. So I'm gonna use that same green that I mixed up, and I'll use just, various variations of water to paint to get different hues of the leaves. So I'm gonna, again, I'm thinking basic shapes. This is more of a oval. Then I'll add a little more water for the next one. It's gonna come out really light. Yeah, a little more water for the next one. Bring one down here. And a little more water still. Let's add one over here. Okay, so I'm getting some variations of hue, but that's all one color, and by adding water you get a really nice range. All right, let's see, maybe I'll go ahead and dip back into my blue and add it to that previous green and make a few other leaves surrounding here. Just a little more water. Here in this shade. Okay. All right, so now the berries have had a couple minutes to dry, and what I will do is consider red has a complementary color, and if you have a color wheel, you can look directly across the color wheel to see that across from red is green. That's why red and green look so great together. They're complementary colors. Complementary colors also make for great shadows or adding volume or shading. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some of this green that I mixed up. Just a tiny bit Just a teeny weeny bit. Whoop, better rinse off my brush a little bit better than that. Okay, and I'm gonna take this green from the yellow and the blue, and I'm gonna add some dimension to the berries. So on this side, I'm just gonna come right down, just very lightly, work a little of this green in, and you'll see it's kind of creating some volume. Very natural looking, rather than a harsh black or a hard line. You just take that complementary color and it gives it more dimension, okay? And then on the other side, I'm gonna go back in with some more red to give a little more richness to our berry. And just very lightly adding a richer hue to this side. You can just play with it. It's kind of fun to just plop the color down, and then you can even, if you think you put too much down, you can grab a napkin or a tissue and you can just blot it up a little bit if you like. Or you can add more water to your brush, dab on the paper towel, and take off some of the paint if you think you added too much. I'm kind of liking the way it's looking so far. All right. So now we've given some time for our leaves to get a little drier, and we can go back in with some blue and some green that we've mixed up, and we can add a little bit of detail, just ever so lightly. I'm going more for I guess gestural, sketchy watercolor here. Not really focusing on making it too incredibly detailed. I just want a lovely impression of the fruit on the vine. Okay. Now, another little hack you can use is if you need to let your paint dry and you don't want to, if you're just running out of time or you don't have the patience, you can make it dry by running your blow dryer over it on low. But I kind of like the way the colors move into one another when it's not quite all the way dry. I think it looks really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna add some of those lovely little caps to the berries. Mixing up another green here. So, and just very gesturally and loosey-goosey come in with some green and give some those sweet little tops to the berries. All right. And I think I'm gonna hit this again, just kind of little dashes of the deeper blue onto the vine. And then I'm gonna go right at the base of each of these leaves. And you're really going to start to notice, wow, look at all of these beautiful colors. than I can generate from just the 3 primaries. All right, and we can add some detail with a really deep green. So I'm going to add a little more blue to my palette. Just play till it suits your fancy. This is your painting, you get to choose. If you want to make these berries purple, go for it. There are no rules. Just playing and experimenting with our paints. Okay, so I'm just going to come in, and it may still be just a little bit too wet. Do some seeds. Just by using the very fine point part of the brush here. And we're suggesting the seeds. We're not going too kooky with all the details. Like I said, it's just a loosey-goosey gestural watercolor sketch. All right. So rinse my brush. Now I'm gonna go in. I think I'm gonna try mixing up a little orange to give a little sun-kissed glow to, get some of this off of here, clean it up a bit, to the tops of the berries. So a really nice bright orange. So we'll pretend the light's coming in on this side and kissing the tops of the berries. Very lightly, I'm going to take some straight yellow and hit the tops of the leaves in just a few little places. Same idea, just giving the look and feel that the sun is kissing each of these leaves just a little bit. Nice deep green or the very bottoms of the berries. Just mix up more blue into my yellow for a nice rich green, and very lightly come in with just at the bottom, give it a little complementary shadow. I hope you are enjoying your creative burst and that you're in the zone, making some beautiful art, having fun, honoring your creativity. The more you spend time with your art supplies, the more confidence you gain. And it's just like anything, it's a skill, and you can always get better by spending time just doing these fun and easy techniques over and over again. You're going to see big improvements. I hope you're not going to want to stop now. Keep going even after we close out our creative burst, and keep making your art, my dear friends. And I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.